Hi folks, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Please do hit subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It really does help when you do that. So today, guys, I've got a brand new pedal for you, or at least it's a slightly reworked version of an older pedal. This is the Storm from SoloDallas. Now, this is essentially a like-for-like replica of the preamp that Ken Schaffer built for old wireless units back in the 70s and 80s. Now, the reason why this circuit has kind of become a bit of a thing is because famously when Angus Young was tracking the Back in Black album, he wasn't happy with his guitar sound, and the only thing that Mutt Lange could work out was different from his live rig to his studio rig is he wasn't using his wireless unit. So they plugged his wireless unit in and tracked the album, and that's the sound of Back in Black. Now, the reason why it changed the sound is because the wireless unit had the Schaffer preamp in it. And a few years ago, if you've ever seen Angus Young's Premier Guitar Rig Rundown, you'll have seen that he was using some Schaffer Replica tower units in his rig a couple of years ago, and they were built by SoloDallas. Now, this is essentially a pedalboard-friendly version of that circuit, and it's actually slightly more true to the original because they recently discovered a limiter compander circuit in those original preamps that weren't in the Schaffer Replica towers, and this has a slightly less mid-pushed sound than the tower, which is actually more true as well. So this is kind of as close as you can get nowadays, especially in the pedalboard friendly format, to those old Schaffer preamps. So what I'm going to do today is, this is ideally suited for pushing a humbucker guitar into a Marshall type amp or overdrive pedal. But first and foremost, I'm going to try this out with a single coil guitar into kind of clean amps to see how it works as a kind of tone enhancer, a buffer, a limiter, a cleanish boost, a slightly dirty boost, and then at the end I'll dial in a couple of my favourite settings into a Marshall overdrive pedal to get some of those sort of AC/DC higher gain tones going on. So without further ado, guys, let's rock. there we are guys, the Storm from SoloDallas. Now, I really like this pedal, it does a really nice thing, and as I said at the start of the video, it is kind of designed to put humbuckers into a Marshall amp or Overdrive pedal, and doing that, it does do the classic rock thing really nicely. Now, in Angus Young's rig rundown, his guitar tech says that Angus describes the tower unit as the fizz box, and I think that's a really good description of what this pedal does into a dirty amp or into a pedal. It just adds that bite and fizz and tightens everything up. And the limiter's really nice for giving the kind of the squash of compression without adding too much gain in. I really like it for that. It really does give the effect of turning the amp up a little bit louder and having the SPL in the room a bit higher. But it does work really nicely as a buffer, a clean boost, a dirty boost, a tone enhancer as well. And it works with single coil guitars just as nicely, I think, as it does with humbuckers. But do let me know in the comments underneath, guys, what you think. Do you like this pedal? Would you run it? Would you prefer something else? What other pedals do you think are in the same ballpark as this? I do love chatting nerdy guitar stuff with you guys. And please do carry on subscribing to this channel as well, because that really does help. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.